What is going on, everybody, on my personal channel and the Carnage Clan channel as well? My name's The Friendly Machine, or Carnage Machine, or whatever you want to call me, and today, guys, I've got you a video on the top 5 hardest Dark Ops challenges in Black Ops 3 in multiplayer, because obviously there is Dark Ops challenges for the zombies section of Black Ops 3 as well, but there's not as many as multiplayer, and that's what we're going to be focusing around today. And without any further ado, before we get into the list, if you haven't subscribed to Carnage Clan and you're new around here, make sure you do so, and check me out in the video description down below if you're on Carnage Clan as well. I'm on the road to 10k. Would appreciate all of you guys to come over to my channel and see content like this before it's posted on Carnage Clan. So if you want to see that early, I'm in the video description down below. And without any further ado, let's get into this top 5. So just before we get into the actual list, I want to tell you guys, if you don't know what Dark Ops challenges are, well, they're basically challenges in the game that are very hard or unique, or you wouldn't think to do, and you don't know you've done them until you've actually done them in the first place. So you don't get anything coming up on your screen or any type of reward or even any indication towards getting the reward until you've actually accomplished it. Then you get the challenge description of what you've done, and also the reward, which is either a calling card, which I'll try and show on your guys' screen for each one of these, and I'll try and give you guys some tips and tricks, as I won't be showing gameplay of me accomplishing them, each one in the background. So without any further ado, in the number 5 spot, we have the challenge Dr. Leung. Now, Dr. Leung is a really weird challenge because it's not really applied in any of the Call of Duty games, because you can't swim in most of them. So you can guess by the word Leung and Dr. Leung, it's going to be something underwater, and that's right, you have to kill an enemy where you're close to dying from drowning, and also they are at the same time of being underwater at the same time. So this is basically something you do on a map like Hunted or something. You'd wait until you see someone swimming and then hope before they jump out that they're nearly drowning, and obviously you are from following them, and then you shoot them and kill them. But the main reason this is in the number 5 spot, I mean, all the challenges in this list, all the Dark Ops challenges overall, are hard, but obviously they're going to be getting progressively harder. And if you guys think by the time I get to number 1 that this is the hardest, well, there's only really one thing you can do to actually increase the chances of you actually making this happen, by throwing a care package in the water, and then also having an enemy stupid enough to actually go down underneath the water where they're deprived of air to actually get the kill streak out of the care package, maybe struggle for a bit and then actually get the care package in itself, steal your kill streak, and then you kill them, and you have to be underwater at the same time of them doing so all the time that they're stealing your care package, and you have to watch them probably, because where are you going to be if you're not underwater and you're actually watching them, or if you're not near them? So that's why it's in the number 5 spot. It's a really weird challenge, to be honest, but it's not the hardest in this list as it's in the number 5 spot. It's the least hardest in this list, but all these are going to be hard anyways. So without any further ado, in the number 4 spot, we have Chain Killer. Now, Chain Killer is actually the maximum required amount of rapid succession kills, or the hardest amount of rapid succession kills challenge that there actually is in Black Ops 3. It is in all of the other Call of Duties that this is in as well, like Black Ops 2, and all you have to do is get 9 kills in rapid succession. Obviously there's others like 8, 6, and 7 and stuff like that, but this one is 9 or above, and it's the maximum required, and it's probably very freaking hard to do for the average Joe. So let me tell you why, right? First of all, who's getting a 9 kill streak this rapid if you're not spawn trapping, or if you're not playing with a full man party? And for the average Joe in itself, if you don't have that much gun skill, then it's going to be hard for you. But here's some tips to actually make this a little bit easier for you guys. What I recommend is definitely playing hardcore, because hardcore, you can kill the enemy quicker, and I also recommend playing on a smaller map like Nuked Town or something like that. So hardcore Nuked Town, and then also having a gun that holds a lot of ammo. So say for a fact the Weevil, which has also a lot of mobility, with extended mags, which has like 72 bullets in each clip, and then you will be on your way, if you know the spawns and stuff on that map, to actually getting yourself a Chain Killer. It's never really guaranteed, but you just got to keep trying at the same time, as hardcore is obviously killing people quicker with less bullets and stuff like that, and then also at the same time you're going to be able to move fast with something that isn't an RMG, which is an SMG, which is a very light gun. So that's the tips I can give you on that challenge. And let's get into the number 3 spot, which is Calamity. Now, Calamity is a really weird one. So what you've got to do with this one is get a super kill, which is 6 rapid kills, but in one cycle of your specialist weapon. So everybody's saying that the Purifier is the best to do this with, and I believe them, to be honest, because if they're spawning right around you on Ground War or something like that, I recommend playing Ground War, by the way, if you haven't already done this. But the Sparrow or the Purifier or the Scythe are definitely things that I go to when actually doing this. Unless you're spawn trapping on uplink and stuff and you're just kind of knifing people, then definitely recommend the Ripper to do that, because I've seen gameplays where people get like 400 pluses on uplink doing that. But seriously guys, if you're playing a normal objective in a game mode, I recommend playing Ground War like I said before. But if you're playing with a full party even, I just definitely recommend using the Purifier, because the Purifier, if you land one puff of flame on an enemy, they're going to die either way. So all you have to do is keep planting one flame at least on each enemy before it actually runs out, but in rapid succession. So if you're in the spawn and they've all spawned there near a flag or something, especially on hardcore, then there's going to be freaking bodies burning everywhere like a barbecue, and that will enable you to get onto your next enemy quicker than the next enemy, then the next enemy, then the next enemy, then the freaking next enemy, and how many you can kill at that time with the Purifier out. So that's why I recommend this as the weapon you use in the number 3 spot for Calamity, the Purifier, and let's get into the number 2 spot. So the number 2 spot is one called Finish the Job. Now, Finish the Job is a challenge where you actually have to get very lucky, or if you're trying to do this, I think it would be even harder, but basically what you've got to do is kill an enemy player that has been hit with damage from 5 other players on your team in the same life of obviously them being alive, and that guy hasn't died, so he's been hit 5 times by 5 different people on your team, and that's everybody besides you on your freaking team in 6v6 core. And the reason I've only mentioned core there and not hardcore at all is because of the fact, well, you can actually survive shots in hardcore if you get shot in the toe or something, but you don't freaking regen or anything like that, and I'm guessing 5 shots in core is enough to kill any enemy at any range anyways, so you gotta get very freaking lucky for this one. So you can imagine the challenge in your head right now, you getting a 6-man and setting out to do this, it's going to be very freaking hard. I've actually done this by chance, but I don't even know how, so that's why it's in the number 2 spot. It's one that you're like really mind screwed over on how you would actually go about doing this in the first place, and the fact and actual anticipation going up to doing this. So those are the reasons why it's got a solid placement in the number 2 spot. Now in the number 1 spot, the hardest Dark Ops challenge is Nuked Out. Now if you don't know what Nuked Out is, basically a lot of people you might have heard saying, oh, have you got the Nuked Out medal? Wrong, there is not a Nuked Out freaking medal. I'm sick of hearing that. There's only the nuclear medal, but the challenge for getting a nuclear medal in free-for-all, that's right, you guessed it, this challenge, the Dark Ops challenge, Nuked Out. And I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of you sat there right now thinking, well, why isn't the normal nuclear medal in this list? Because a nuclear in itself, it's not exactly freaking easy. Well, basically, for the fact of you're on your own completely in free-for-all, and you can't even have lethal streaks to help you, and what they would help you with is the map positioning, and you could have a full team, say if you're running a 6-man or a 9-man in ground war or 6v6 of any game mode, and then they can also help you by bringing in the streaks, but no, you're completely on your own. You can't have good map positioning by calling in the lethal streaks as well to clear the enemies out of areas where you don't want them, like the wraps or anything like that, and then also at the same time, you've got to kind of just get every freaking kill in that free-for-all game without dying with your gun. Now, the kill streaks that I'd recommend using, or the score streaks that I'd recommend using to actually do this, are the UAV, the Hater, and also the Power Core, because if you slow an enemy movement down in a movement system game like Black Ops 3 where you can actually double jump and you can wall run and stuff like that, it's going to be a lot more easier in my opinion, especially for the small maps, because people are spawning all around you, and that's basically the reason why Nuked Out is in the number 1 spot, because you're all on your own. You've got to kind of rely on everything to do with yourself, and your own gun skill and your own map knowledge and your own awareness comes out more than any other challenge in the freaking game. So thank you all for watching. That's my top 5 hardest Dark Ops challenge list in Black Ops 3. So just like I said at the start of the video, if you enjoyed today's video and you're on Carnage Clan and you're new around here and you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so. And if you're watching on Carnage Clan as well, make sure, if you want to hear more from me or you want to hear me more frequently, then you check the video description link at the very top, which is to my personal channel and my Twitter, to keep up with everything going on with me, this weird British kid who's been commentating in today's freaking top 5. So thank you all for watching. Leave a like on the video down below if you enjoyed it on whatever channel you're watching it on, so you can let me and Apollo know that you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one, or I'll see you around, guys. So anyways, peace out.